Sellers going to bring the ball up. It's Sellers, McKenny, DeBerry, Dulcie, and McLean for the Terps. Sellers tries to get the shot in, still struggling from the field. Only 2 field goal makes for Sellers. Here's Lowry. Nice shot baseline for Coppin State and a good start to this 4th quarter.
Smart play there by Jones, not drawing the contact, but rather finding the open teammate for a nice mid-range jumper.
So Coppin State playing number 18 ranked Maryland here tonight. Not the only ranked team that Coppin State plays this year, as Dulcie's fouled for a chance for a 3-point play. Great feed inside by DeBerry. Get back to my point about ranked opponent matchups for Coppin State.
Real quick, we're gonna see a replay of that excellent feed in by DeBerry. Dulcie finishing at the rim. That's what you wanna see from Dulcie, using her height, her ability to finish at the basket and get that and one.
Dulcie's been quiet after a great opening game in her Terps debut. Misses the free throw there, rebound Lawrence. But for Coppin State, as this one's thrown away. Not only do they play number 18 ranked Maryland, they also play South Carolina as DeBerry gets the bucket. Number 1 ranked South Carolina on the road 2 games from now. Then December 5th, they play Arizona State. December 8th, at number 15 North Carolina. And then a few weeks after that, at Virginia. That's all before conference play.
But you have to give their head coach credit for that. Jermaine Woods, that's what makes your team better. It makes you better to play the best. And I mean, they're no stranger to this. They played LSU last year, number 6 in the country. And they made a run for their money. That is what you want to see as you get ready for conference play, because it's going to make you better.
And especially for those smaller programs, that's huge.
We're going to see a replay real quick. The drive in, the handoff, and DeBerry taking her time off the backboard. She's got it for the Terps, 2 points.
Currently a 63-30 ball game. McKenny taking it out for Sellers. Speaking of matchups against ranked opponents, Maryland, a couple days from now, their 2nd home game of the year. Is a nice feed here to McLean. She's fouled on the shot. She'll go to the charity stripe. They will host number 11 Duke. The Blue Devils going to be by far the toughest opponent for Maryland so far.
And to see a replay of that right there, right in to the chest of Layla Lawrence. It's going to be a block called against Coppin State, and McLean heading to the line.
She's 6 of 6 so far from the stripe. As a team, 10 of 11 is Maryland. Coppin State 4 of 5. All of her points from the free throw line so far. Misses long on that one. So now 10 of 12 is Maryland. For McLean, she missed all of last year for UVA due to a knee injury that she suffered during the middle of the season. So good to see her back on the court. But through 26 games, 2 seasons for UVA, she averaged just under 12 points and 9 rebounds for the Cavaliers. She makes the second one. Lowry in the corner, back to Gray. You can just see the size difference is just incredible, really, between these two squads. You got Sellers at 6'2", McKenny 6'2", guarding the perimeter as that one's rebounded by Dulcie. And 6'6", Amara DeBerry inside. DeBerry, excuse me.
I mean, that is, as we've talked about, such an advantage for Maryland on both the offensive and defensive end. A lot of their players, along with having great height, they have really wide wingspans, allowing for those deflections on defense, able to grab those long rebounds, and also able to grab those feeds that are a little high inside the paint and finish those off over top of their defenders.
So 20 seconds on the shot clock. 34-point game. Here's Sellers. Maryland would love for her to have good a 4th quarter, build some confidence going into their matchup against Duke. Dulcie's shot just short. Sellers only 2 of 9 from the field for 6 points in 24 minutes. She does have 2 steals to her name. That's going to be a foul on DeBerry. Dulcie can't believe it.
I'm not exactly sure what they called it. We're going to take another look at it. It looks all ball from that angle. It might be as her hand was coming down, it did hit her wrist, but at that point, the ball was already out of the hands of Layla Lawrence.
So Lawrence will go to the stripe. Talked about how great of a year she had last season. She misses the first free throw and kind of leads into my point. If she had a deficiency, it was at the free throw line. She shot under 55% last season for the Eagles. She was 5 of 10 in their season opener against Frostburg State. Sellers pushing the pace. DeBerry will try her luck. That one misses. Nice rebound, McKinney keeps it alive from Maryland. We talked about the new additions for Maryland. The only returning player on the court right now is Cheyenne Sellers. This is just 4 of the 10 new faces they have.
And I mean, that just shows you how pivotal the transfer portal has become in college basketball. Teams are completely changing. You have to bring in players that are immediately ready to step up and make an impact. And Maryland's brought in those players, like you mentioned, Oliver, 4 of the 5 players on the floor right now, all new players, either transfers or freshmen.
One of those newcomers not currently in the game, Kayleen Smeichel with a team high 20 points in this game. Shot made right there. Sharia Roberts from just inside the elbow. Now DeBerry, and that's just way too easy.
And this is such a nitpicky thing, but it was so smart by Saylor Puffenbarger. She was actually on the wing in that transition. She dropped down, pulling DeBerry's defender into the middle, having to decide who to go to, leaving DeBerry wide open. That's just such a smart play off the ball. I am loving Maryland's IQ when it comes to moving the ball on offense.
That's got to feel good for Angel Jones, her first made shot since the first quarter. Brenda Free is going to call a timeout to talk it over with her Terps. 30-point game in favor of Maryland so far.
And you see the replay, Angel Jones with the three-pointer. She's been silenced majority of this second half. Third quarter, second quarter, really got nothing, but she's able to get it done. Maryland leading 66-36.
Barring a ginormous comeback, Maryland on the way to becoming 2-0, but it doesn't get any easier. You take a look at all the ranked matchups they have. One coming up in a few days against Duke, and then newcomer to the Big Ten, number 3 ranked USD, led by Juju Watkins, and number 4 ranked Texas, 5 UCLA, Ohio State as well. Just a brutal schedule for Maryland, but it just goes to show how good the Big Ten is.
Yeah, I mean, you already have a conference like the Big Ten that is so talented when it comes to college basketball. And then Brenda Free, she makes her team play those ranked opponents outside the conference, because in their mind, they're not just planning to be successful in the Big Ten, they're planning to be successful nationally come March.
Briefly mentioned it earlier, but Coppin State, they also have a tough schedule as well. 2 games from now, they're going to be on the road at South Carolina, number 1 ranked team in the country. They also play at North Carolina as well, who's ranked number 15 in the AP Top 25. So both these squads loaded up with ranked matchups. Maryland just over 6 minutes away from closing this one out. Tibiasu, the only starter on the court for Maryland. Inside pass from DeBerry, stolen by Lawrence. Really, since the beginning of the second quarter, it's been a dominant performance on both ends by Maryland. Coppin State's only scored 24 points between the second, third, and now fourth quarter.
And I mean, when you're Maryland, you're number 18 in the country, you're facing off against an unranked opponent, that's the performance you expect. You don't just want to come out with a win, you want to dominate on all parts of the game and on the floor.
Maryland shooting 43% from the field, 39% from the three, and if they can get that going, obviously they won by 40 plus their season opener, but they only made 2 threes. That three-point shot's going to be critical for them to compete in the Big Ten and onward. Here's Jones, out to Lowry, that one in. Lowry's really found something here in the fourth quarter. She's now 2 of 2 from the field. Maryland gonna reset here. No reason to push the tempo, just trying to drain out some clock. Kenny still looking to get on the scoreboard here. Tries to, nothing of it. So keep in mind, Coppin State in year 3 under Jermaine Woods' watch. Year 1, they went 8-22. Year 2, 12-18, but 8-6 in the conference. We mentioned it a few times. Made it to the MEAC semifinals for the first time in almost a decade, so they're on the right trajectory. Just can't find anything here, but to play devil's advocate, you're obviously playing a very tough opponent in Maryland as Jones airballs that one.
And once again, you see Maryland's defense just doing such a great job of not even really going for the steal, but just forcing them outside that perimeter, not allowing any shots or looks at the basket and causing that shot clock violation.
Stay Maryland basketball. Now a little over 4 minutes left in this game. Jermaine Woods being very vocal, even though this game appears to be out of reach. He's making sure his team competes to the very last second. DeBerry not sure what to do with the ball, and it's stolen by Lawrence. Pass out to Gray. Coppin State gonna reset. Emily Fisher checks in at the scores table. She'll come in at the next dead ball for Maryland. Lawrence against DeBerry, fade away. Misses, but a nice shot. Just tough to get it over the 6'6" DeBerry. Poffenbarger with the rebound. Tibiasu again. She makes it again. That's her 4th three-point made shot of the evening.
And it looks like that top of the key three-pointer for Tibiasu seems to be her sweet spot. That's now 2. Looked it dead in the center and knocked him down.
Here's Jones. Thought about the 3. Shot from the corner. Lowry again misses. Nice job by Lawrence getting the offensive board. You can see it on your screen. Mention Coach Woods still really into it, the intensity high. He's directing traffic completely. Lawrence's 3, it's in. Look at it, he's running with his team. He's making sure they don't give up. Now 13 points for Lawrence. That one rattles in and out for Poffenbarger. Loose ball. I feel like Mira McLean has been at every loose ball in this game.
Every single one, she is diving on the floor for the loose ball, and it's on rebounds, offensive and defensive. Loose balls off of deflections, tips. She is constantly going after it. And when you're on a team, when you have scorers inside, you have scorers on the perimeter, that's a way to find your place on the court. She hasn't scored many from the field, but she's able to capitalize on those hustle plays. Right now you're seeing on your screen Layla Lawrence with a big three-pointer from that far wing. See her head coach Jermaine Woods getting his team in the best possible position they can as they're just starting their season, like Oliver mentioned. Yes, there's a big deficit they're facing right now, but you want to compete till that final buzzer sounds, because this is just the beginning of the 2024-25 season. You don't want to give up anything.
And also, I think for a team like Coppin State, the positive outtakes that you can take from this, the scoreboard, not that it's irrelevant, nice shot there by Lawrence, not that it's irrelevant, but if you compete better in the second half and really the end of this game, as Coppin State really has in this fourth quarter compared to the second quarter and third quarter, that's something you can build off of. Here's McLean, thought about the three, drives with the left, bit too strong. Parfenbarger on the rebound, and she's fouled. That's what she's known for. She averaged just over 11 rebounds last season for Arkansas. Gets one there and is fouled. Gonna be a loose ball foul, so Maryland will take it out under the basket. Here's Fisher. Gets her own rebound, loses it. Eagles pushing. Lawrence all the way, but foul. She's gonna go to the line.
And you could hear the smack from swatting at that ball from McDaniels all the way from our announcer's table. Definitely going to be a foul, sending Lawrence to the line.
She made one of two her first time at the line. And just shot under 55% from the charity stripe last season. Makes that one there. Coppin State really wants to work on their ability to convert at the line, something they struggled with a lot last year. Quite the opposite for Maryland as that one rattles in and out. Nice move by McDaniel, foul called against Lowry. As we reach the final 90 seconds of this game, more than fair to say Maryland will earn the victory. That's big heading into Duke on Sunday, November 10th, and it doesn't really get easier after that. They go on the road to Syracuse, which is not an easy place to play. So here's McDaniel at the line. She's been fantastic on defense. This is that first free throw. 6 points to her name as well. She's been rather aggressive on defense, though. Actually has 4 fouls, which you don't see a lot in a game like this when a team dominates, for one of your best defenders to somewhat be in foul trouble.
See a little conversation by the official and McLean setting up for that foul shot.
That one rattles in for McDaniel. Now a 25-point game. Been a much better fourth quarter for Coppin State compared to the previous two, but even with that, this game well out of reach. A couple starters still remain in the game for Coppin State. One of them with the ball right now, and Angel Jones. It's been a struggle for her in this game. 3 of 12 from the field. Here's Lawrence. That one misses Poffenbarger with the board. Coppin State 5 of 22 from 3. That was one of the many reasons why they weren't able to keep this game close. Here's Fisher. She thought about the 3. Don't think she realized how much space she had. Gives it to Poffenbarger, who loses it. And the Eagles with a fast break opportunity. Here's Roberts. And a bucket for Coppin State. Last 33 seconds of this game. Would assume Maryland's going to hold it. Smeichel led the way with 20 points on the boards. It was Poffenbarger with 10 rebounds. Sellers had 5 assists to lead the Terps in that category. Last chance here for Coppin State to add to the score total. Doesn't look like they're going to hold it. They're going to try to get one last basket. Here's Lowry. Lawrence, nothing there. And Maryland moves to 2-0, 70-47 in the final. Alexa, it looked like Coppin State was going to keep it somewhat close after that really good first quarter. And then the gears just kicked in for Maryland, and it was essentially game over from there.
Yeah, Maryland's ability in that second quarter to take it just up a notch, being able to capitalize on those looks on the perimeter, knock down those three-point shots, and then defensively just completely not allow Coppin State to get a shot off, causing multiple shot clock violations. Kaylin Schmeichel is the Maryland player you're going to want to watch this season. Her performance tonight, 20 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. I mean, she was just all over the floor for Maryland. You see right there, the knockdown 3 from Schmeichel. An all-around performance defensively and offensively. Really someone Maryland has come to count on in game 2 of their season.
It was all Schmeichel all day. Maryland 2-0. Coppin State drops their first game of the season. Maryland in good spirits. They get ready now. The number 11th ranked Duke Blue Devils on Sunday. It was all Maryland. Nothing you can really complain about if you're Brenda Freeze. Obviously want to keep the team with a steady head. Duke is no joke, and Syracuse on the road. And all those ranked matchups that we mentioned later in the season. That's going to do it from here at the Xfinity Center. I'm Oliver Shack, Alexa Wooten to my right. Thank you so much for tuning in for Big Ten Plus. Some Big Ten basketball. Once again, final score from the Xfinity Center, Maryland 2-0 now, 70, Coppin State 1-1 with a score of 47.